back to our channel, IPMAT Preparation by iQuanta. And as usual, every day 5 p.m. we come live, to practice the questions from very important chapters which may ask in the exam as well, right? So guys, if you remember in the last session, we were doing the problems from the topic ratios, right? And now we are going to continue with the same topic because, some part of that is still, left, right? Okay. Very quickly, we're going to start the question. Okay. Very important information, guys. Tomorrow we are going to start a crash course batch, right? 27th March. So if you want to prepare for IPMAT, Indore, Rohtak, JIPMAT, or any other, test from which you can get any BBA college which you want to get, right? And also for CUET, right? So we are going to start the batch from tomorrow. If you're interested, you can join. You can suggest your friends as well, right? Okay. Now quickly, let's start the chapter. If you remember, we had done 8 questions yesterday, right? So let's quickly start with the 9th one. So guys, this is also a question of the ratios, right? What we had done in the last session, or you can say another application of ratio. So first thing first, I'll give you some time to solve. I'll give you some 2 minutes to solve this question, right? Try for 2 minutes and then let's see, how many of you are able to solve. If not, I'll definitely help. The question says that A upon B is 1 upon 3, B upon C is 2, C upon D is 1:2, D upon E is 3, and E upon F is 1 upon 4. Then what is the value of ABC upon DEF? We also have 4 options. Guys, I'm still waiting for the answers. No answer so far. Okay guys, let me try this. Let me explain this question to you. They are saying that if A upon B is 1 upon 3, B upon C is 2, C upon D is 1:2, D upon E is 3, and E upon F is 1 upon 4, then what is the value of ABC upon DEF, right? Okay, so guys, as you can see, we have to find a ratio in which ABCDEF all are involved, right? So first thing, we'll try to make a relation between all of them, right? How we can do that? Let's write all these fraction ones. They're saying that a is to b is 1 is to 3, right? And then they're saying that b is to c is 2 is to 1, okay? And then c is to d is 1, c is to d is 1 is to 2. Then they are saying d is to e is 3 is to 1. And in the end, they are saying that e is to f is 1 is basically 1 is to 4. Now, they're asking the value of ABC upon DEF. Let's try to find a relation which involves all A, B, C, D, E, F, right? How? Obviously, we'll do it one by one. First, we'll start with A, B, C, and then we'll add D into it, then E, and then F, like this, right? So, guys, if, we talk only about A, B, C first, right? So, you see that in first two ratios, we have B common. Obviously, we are going to use that, right? So, the coefficient, the relative number of B is 3 in the ratio, and for B here is 2, right? So we'll try to make it similar, that we can do very easily. Here B represents 3, here B represents 2. So the LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So let us say B is 6 for a while, okay? If this is 6, so this ratio should be multiplied by 2, right? So this A must be 2 here, simple. And in the same way, guys, if B we want to make 6 here, this should be multiplied by 3. So C should become 3 as well. Simple as that, right? Now, let's use this ratio. C is to D is 1 is to 2. That's an easy case for us. C is to D is 1 is to 2. So if C is 3, we can say that D should be 6. Simple as that, right? We can just say that D should be 6. Now, D is to A is 3 is to 1. That is also easy for us now. Since D is to 3 is 3 is to 1, and if D is 6, then E should be 2, right, by using this ratio. Last ratio, E is to F is 1 is to 4. If E is 2, then F should be 4 times of this. So that means F should be 8. We can just say that. So this is how we got a combined relation of all A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Now we can just try to solve this question where they're asking A, B, C is to D, E, F, right? So guys, putting the values of all of them, A we can say is 2, B we can say is 6, right? C we can say is 3, divided by D, E, F. So D we can say is 6, E we can say is 2, and F we can say is 8 over here, right? Now simply we just have to find this ratio. So guys, 6 got cancelled, 2 got cancelled, and we are left with only 3 upon 8. So we can say that final answer is nothing but 3 upon 8, which is option number A given in the question. I hope you understood. A very nice question, combining all the ratios, right? So if you guys have any doubt with this question, quickly write it down in the chat, right? Otherwise, we move to the next problem. Everyone now try question number 2, which is also a nice one, especially because of the language. So guys, be careful while reading and try to solve it. Okay, let's take 2 minutes for this also. Everyone, take 2 minutes. Option C, Rishabh, is not correct. Rishabh, try to do it again. This is not the right answer. Or guys, maybe I should solve it, right? It's okay if you could not get the answer because it's a tricky question because of the language as I mentioned, right? So the question says that Raju and Lalita originally had marbles in the ratio 4:9. Then Lalita gave some of her marbles to Raju. As a result, the ratio of the number of marbles with Raju to that with Lalita becomes 5:6. Now, what fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lalita to Raju? Alright, let's see this again. Raju and Lalita originally had some marbles in the ratio of 4:9. Lalita gave some of her marbles to Raju. As a result, the ratio of the number of marbles with them now is 5:6, right? So we need to find the fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lalita to Raju. Since we do not have much information about the numbers, we only have the information about the ratios, right? That's why they cannot ask the exact number of anyone. They can only ask the fraction or the ratio. Means they can only ask the relative information, right? So guys, first thing in the beginning they are saying that they have the marbles in the ratio of 4:9. So let's say, initially, the number of marbles with Raju and Lalita are, let us say that, 4x and 9x. In this question, guys, we have to, take the variables in the numbers. We cannot deal this time because a lot of, ratios and comparative information are given, right? Now, they are saying that Lalita gave some marbles to Raju. So, let's say Lalita given, y marbles to Raju, okay? If Lalita gave y marbles to Raju, right? Okay, this is Lalita. Let me change this. Let's say Lalita has given y number of marbles to Raju. So Lalita must be having now 9x minus y marbles, and Raju must be having now 4x plus y marbles, right? We can just say that, isn't it, guys? Simple as that, right? So Lalita has given Raju y number of marbles. So now Lalita must be having 9x minus y, and Raju must be having 4x plus y number of marbles. And now they are saying as a result, the ratio of the number of marbles with Raju to Lalita is 5:6. So from here we can say that the number of marbles with Raju finally is 4x upon 4x plus y, and with Lalita is 9x minus y, and this ratio now is equal to how much? That is basically 5/6 or 5:6. This is something which you can say. Now coming to the final part of the question, they are asking that what fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lalita to Raju. What fraction of her original number of marbles given by Lalita to Raju? That means what they are asking. Let me write this required, fraction. The required fraction is what? The number of marbles given by Lalita to, Raju, which is why we have assumed, is what fraction of the number of marbles with Lalita in the beginning, which we have assumed as 9x. Right, guys? This is what we have to find. You can read it again. What fraction of her original number of marbles was given by Lalita to Raju? What fraction of her original number of marbles, that means 9x, is given to, Lalita, was given by Lalita to Raju, and Lalita is giving y number of marbles. So basically we need to find y upon 9x in the end. I hope this is understood to all, right? Okay. Going ahead, I was just reading the chat box as well, right? Some students was, writing something. Okay, so finally we have to find 9 upon y x. Alright, how we can do that? See guys, we have this equation. By the help of this, we can easily get y upon 9x or any relation upon y and x. Let me show you how. Let's do the cross multiplication here. So this should be 24x plus 6y, and the right hand side has to be, we can say 45x minus 5y, right? Taking 6y here or 5y here, it should be 11y, and 24x to the right hand side, it should be 21x, right? Okay, we need to find y upon 9x. So by the help of this, first we can get y upon x, which is 21 upon 11. Y upon x is 21 upon 11, and this we can say is 1 upon 9 into y by x, right? And now we can put the value of y upon x to here. So we should be how much? We should be 1 upon 9 into y upon x is how much? 21 upon 11, right? So this should be how much? We can simplify this by 3. So this must be 7 upon 3 into 11 is 33. So answer should be 7 upon 33, which is option number D in the options. I hope this is clear to all now, right? This was, as I said, majorly based on the language. If you understand the language, the question is not as difficult, and if you put the right variables, that is also important thing in solving this question. I hope that's clear. Now let us move to the to the next question of today's, right, which is question number 11. And guys, again let me tell you, we are doing all those questions which have come previously in one of the exams for which we are preparing, right? So this is also one of the PYQ. The last two were also one of the PYQs. Let's see how many of you are able to solve 11th question now. Everyone? Yes, study buddy. Very good. Your answer is correct. Guys, only one correct answer. Can I expect more? Alright guys, let me solve. See, they are saying that A, B, C, D be positive integers, means natural numbers, right? Says that the sum of them is 2023. If A is to B is 2 is to 5, C is to D is 5 is to 2, then we need to find the maximum possible value of A plus C. Alright, A is to B is given, C is to D is given, but there is nothing common between these two ratios, right? So we cannot use them directly, right? Okay, they have given the sum of them and they are asking the maximum possible value of A plus C. So guys, with the help of these ratios, we can do what? Since we are given that A is to B is 2 is to 5, so we can say what? That A is equals to 2x, right? So B must be 5x with the help of this ratio, right? And C is to D is what? C is to D is 5 is to 2, right? We can just say that. So the value of C has to be 5y and D should be 2y. See, we cannot take the same variable because they are the different ratios, right? We need to understand this first. We cannot take the same variables because they are the different ratios. Now, they have given the sum of these integers. They have clearly mentioned that these are the positive integers, means natural numbers. The sum of them is 2023, right? Now let's just put the values of A, B, C, D. So A is 2x, we assume, B we assume as 5x, C we assume as 5y, and D we assume as 2y, and that sum is 2023, right? Okay, with the first two, we can say this is 7x, this is 7y, so this should be 7 in bracket x plus y is equal to 2023. Let's see, is 2023 divisible by 7 or not? So guys, once you try to divide, you will find it's actually divisible, right? Let me show you how. See, 2023 by 7, 20 by 7 is first 2, remainder is 6. 62 is going 8 times, remainder is 6. 63 going 9 times. So x plus y is nothing but 289, we can just say that. Alright, now the next thing, or you can say the final thing, we need to find the maximum possible value of A plus C, right? First, let's see what is A plus C. So guys, we assume that A as being 2x and C is being 5y. So we need to find the value of this and that to the maximum value of this. But guys, we do not have the values of x and y. That's why they asked the maximum value. If we knew the values of x and y, they would have asked the question as to find the value of A plus C. They're asking the maximum value of A plus P because we do not know the exact values of x and y, we only know the sum of them. Alright, so what we can do here, we can either write it as, we can actually write it in two ways, let me tell you. We can write it either as twice of x plus y plus 3y, alright, or we can also write it as 5 times of x plus y minus 3x. We can do actually in both the ways, right? We can do in both the ways, okay guys? If we are solving in such a way, okay, then we have to do what? Suppose we are solving in this way, okay? So if we are solving in this way and we finally coming to the part that we need to find the maximum value of A plus C, right? So guys, x plus y we know is fixed, which is 289. But y is not fixed. So if you want to find the maximum value of A plus C, right, we have to put y also as maximum as possible. Simple as that. We have to put y as maximum as possible. And suppose you are solving in this manner, right, because x plus y is again fixed and there's a sign of minus here, right? There's a sign of minus. So we have to put x as minimum as possible, right? We have to put x as minimum as possible. So either put y as maximum as possible or put x as minimum as possible. Both the ways are fine and we can work on both of them together as well. Since we know x plus y is 289, right? And guys, we are given that ABCD should be natural numbers only. This is a condition we have. So that will actually help us because x and y can only be the natural numbers. And either we have to find x minimum or y maximum. So by the help of this, we can say that x minimum can be 1 and y maximum must be 288 from here. Simple as that, right? We can just say that x minimum as 1 and y maximum as 288 by the help of this. Since x and y are natural numbers. If this was not given, then we would not be able to solve this question, right? Because this is given, we can solve this question for now surely. Okay guys, now either put the value of y here or put the value of x here, both are going to work, right? So let's do with this because this will be easy in terms of calculation, okay? So what should be this guys? 5 into x plus y is 289, right? Minus 3 into x and x minimum is 1, simple. And this will be how much? 5 into 289 is how much? We can say 5 into 300 minus 5 into 11, which is 1500 minus 55, 1445 minus 3 is 1442. We'll get the same answer from here also, but this is easy in terms of calculation, so I just use this. I hope this is clear to everyone. If not, quickly write in the chat box, alright? I'm watching the chat box as well. Alright guys, moving to the next part, next question of today's exercise, today's exercise, right? Guys, this question is basically from partnership. Partnership is also one of the application of the ratios, right? Everyone try to solve it. Suraj is saying that Suraj. Okay, guys, let me explain this part again. In the last question, what we did, see, this is something fixed, right? Mr. Suraj, this is something fixed. We want, the question is to find the maximum possible value of a plus c, right? अगर हमें a plus c को maximum करना है, right? और a plus c क्या है ये? तो अगर ये part fix है, तो हमें इसको maximum करना पड़ेगा, तभी a plus c भी maximum होगा, simple, right? ओके तो हमें y को मैक्सिमम करना पड़ेगा, या अगर आप इस तरह से सॉल्व करते हो तो यहाँ पे माइनस का साइन है, राइट? तो हमें x को मिनिमम करना पड़ेगा, ओके? एक ही बात है, क्योंकि x प्लस वाई फिक्स है, जब y मैक्सिमम होगा तो x मिनिमम होगा अपने आप ही। अब उन्होंने अच्छी बात यह है कि एक कंडीशन दी हुई है कि x और y दोनों नेचुरल नंबर्स ही होने चाहिए। सो फॉलोइंग दिस कंडीशन वी कैन से x मिनिमम शुड बी 1 एंड y मैक्सिमम शुड बी 288, राइट? सो गाइस, इधर चाहे तो आप इधर से सॉल्व करो, x मिनिमम को 1 रख दिया, चाहे इधर से सॉल्व करो। मैं इधर से भी सॉल्व करके आपको दिखा देता हूँ एक बार, राइट? देखिए, अगर आप इधर से कैलकुलेट करोगे तो दिस इज 2 into x प्लस वाई इज फिक्स 288 प्लस 289 सॉरी, प्लस 3 into y विच इज़ 288। कैसे कैलकुलेशन में थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, लेकिन आप इसको भी कर लोगे। इसको जब आप कैलकुलेट करोगे तो ये भी 1442 ही आएगा, ओके? आई होप मिस्टर सूरज अभी आपको समझ में आया होगा, सूरज। नाउ लेट मी शो यू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 12। Dhanishta, no, it's not correct, Dhanishta. How is that possible? See, the total time is 1 year, and you are saying that Monty joined after 1 year, after 12 months? That's not even possible, right? Yes, Himanshi, very good. This is the correct answer. Study buddy, no, it's not the right answer. Maybe you read it wrong. Yes, study buddy, now it's correct. Alright guys, I think I should be solving it. Good thing is that I have gotten some correct answers, right? The question is simple, that Raj invested rupees 76,000 in a business. After a few months, Monty joined him and invest rupees 57,000. At the end of the year, both of them share the profit in the ratio of 2:1. After how many months Monty joined Raj? Okay guys, first thing, this is another application of ratio. You can call it a different chapter as well, called partnership. So there is a very simple kind of concept to solve such kind of questions. What is the concept? We can say that the ratio of the profits, let's say we have two people, right? So ratio of the profits of two people should be the ratio of the product of their investment and time period for which they are investing. I mean to say that ratio of what I said, investment and time periods product, right? Let's say we are talking, first person name is A, so the product of his investment and time period, and the investment of the second period B, and the product of the second person investment and time period, and the ratio of these two provide us the ratio of their profits, right? There are some, another condition, another, more concept in this, which we'll be discussing very soon. First, the very basic thing is what? That the ratio of the profit of the investors or the business people is equal to what? Is the ratio of the product of the investment and their respective time period, right? Okay, now in this question, let's say A is Raj and B is, Monty. So we can say what? That profit of Raj is to profit of Monty should be investment of Raj into the time period for which Raj invest is to investment of Monty into the time period of Monty. Simple as that, right? Luckily, that ratio already is given to us 2:1, all right? Okay, now Raj having the investment of rupees 76,000. And guys, the time period for which Raj is investing is a whole year. Since if you read the language, they are saying that Raj invests in a business. After a few months, Monty join and invest. And at the end of the year, both of them share the profit of this. This means they're talking about the journey of whole 1 year, simple. So we can say Raj is investing for 1 year. And guys, since the question is, coming about the months, so let's write the unit as months about the time period. So the time period for which Raj invests is 1 year or 12 months. Fine, is 2, the investment of Monty, which is 57,000, right? And we know that Monty has not invested since the beginning. We have clearly mentioned that after a few months, Monty joined. But we do not know after how many months, right? So let's first write that let's first understand that Monty invests in this business for X months, okay? We assume that Monty invests for X months. Simple, Monty has invested for X months. So by the help of this, we can easily get the value of X, right? Let me show you how. So this is 2:1, this is this. So 76,000 and 56,000, they both are divisible by 19,000. This 19,000 threes are, this is 19,000 fours are. And this 3 fours are is 12, right? So we can say 2:1 is 16:X, all right? Now by the help of this, we can easily say that the value of X is 8. That means Monty has invested in the business for 8 months, all right? We can say then Monty invested for 8 months, but that's not the question. And this is where a lot of people, do the mistake also because they do not read it carefully. The final question is that after how many months Monty joined, right? They're not asking that Monty invests for how many months. They're asking that after how many months Monty joined. So guys, the whole period is of 1 year. Monty invests for the last 8 months. That means he did not invest in the first 4 years because he was not there. So we can say that he has invested after the first 4 months, which we can say is option number A. Simple. So option A is the answer. Hope this is clear to all. Not very difficult, right? Okay. Moving ahead, and guys, next time take care with the language of such kind of question, because language is something in which most of the people do this question wrong. Now next question of again on partnership, but this time we have also a sleeping partner, right? I'll not talk much right now. Let's see how you guys are trying, and then I'll also explain once you get some answer or once you invest some time in solving it. So guys, take some 3 minutes this time. Take 3 minutes to solve. Himanshi, your answer is correct. That's good. Uh, Kendra Yadav, again look at your solution. You must have done some mistake, right? And I have actually understood what mistake you have done, Kendra. Okay, what you have done, you have not added the profit because of managing the business, Kendra. The profit because of investment is correct from your side, but the profit because of investment, I think you did not add it. Yes, Suraj, your answer is correct. Very good, Suraj. Very good, Dhanishta. I'm really happy to see some correct answers, right? Okay, guys, I think I should explain this. Fine, the question says that A is working and B is a sleeping partner, right? Okay, A puts 12,000 and B puts 20,000. A received 10% of the profit for managing the business and rest being divided in proportion to their capital out of a total profit of 9,600. Then find the money received by A in the rupees, right? Okay guys, so in such kind of questions, when there is one partner is a managing partner and other is a sleeping partner, the concept is very interesting, right? So what actually happens, the partner who is the managing partner obviously should get some extra credit. So he's getting the credit on terms of money, obviously, right? So the working partner gets some, share of the profit. As it mentioned that the working partner has received 10% of the profit for managing the business, and rest being divided in the proportion of their capital. So guys, this information, they have given this question very nice, but maybe in some other question, this information is something which they do not give. They will assume that you know this concept. This is actually a concept which one should know in advance. Not necessary that this will be given in every question, right? So we need to understand the concept, what happens. First, the managing partner gets some, part of the profit because of managing the business, and then the remaining money is actually divided. The remaining profit is divided in the same way as it was done before. It was done before means it was done like this, as I was mentioning here, right? Okay guys, so first thing, the managing partner gets some share, and then the remaining profit is divided among the partners in the same way as it was done before, right? So this is something you should know already, even if they are not giving it in the statement, in the question, you should know this information, all right? You should know this concept. Now moving to the question again. So first thing guys, A is getting 10% of the profit because of managing out of the total profit of 9600. We have to find the total money received by A. So guys, A is getting money because of two things. One, because of managing the business, and second, because of his investment as well, right? Okay, so we'll do one thing, we'll write the money, getting by A here, one by one. First of all, because of managing the business, he gets 10% of 9600, right? 10% of 9600, which you can also say 960 rupees, obviously, right? Now guys, if A gets 10%, so what is the remaining profit? Let's write the remaining profit here. The remaining profit, either you can, do some calculation, but guys, instead of doing the calculation, I'll suggest you to write the numbers or write the, values in the fraction form, right? Because the calculation is not as simple, right? 9600, you do the subtraction of 10% of this, which is 960. It's not very simple, not very difficult, moderate kind of calculation, but I'll suggest whenever you're not comfortable in doing, whenever you're thinking that you're wasting some time, so do not do the calculation right now, because this is not the final answer, right? Just write the answer in the fraction form or some other form. So here we can say that if 10% is gone, so the remaining profit is 90%, right? 90%, which you can also say as 9 by 10. Simple as that, right guys? 9 by 10. Okay, now this profit will be shared among A and B in the same way as it was being done before. Now guys, in this case, remember how do we distribute the ratio of the, how do we distribute the profit among the partners? We do what? We find the ratio of the product of the investment and the time period. In this question, interestingly, the time period is not mentioned if you read it, right? The time period is not mentioned. So guys, whenever the time period is not given, we assume that the time period must be same for everyone, okay? Time period must be same. So if the time period is same, right? So in this ratio, assume guys the time period is same. So that will be cancelled, and we can say the ratio of the profit is nothing but the ratio of the time, ratio of the investments. Because the time period are same, they must be cancelled out, right? So we can say here that ratio of the profits must be the ratio of the investments. All right. Now the ratio of the investment for A is 12,000, for B is 20,000. It's simple. It should be 3:5, right? We can say it's nothing but 3:5. Very simple as that, right? So guys, the remaining profit must be distributed in the ratio of 3:5. Now we have to find for A. So we can say that A must get 3/8 of the remaining profit. Simple. A must get 3/8 because of this ratio, and B must get 5/8. But we have to do the calculation for A only. So let's write the remaining, share of A. So that must be 3/8 into the remaining profit, right? And the remaining profit is how much? It's rupees 9600 into 9 by 10. So this is guys how we can, solve this question quickly, okay? In fact, we can take 9600 common as well, right? But that in that way, there will be a lot of fraction calculation, which is also not very easy. So let's calculate both of them individually, all right? See, 9600, 10% is obviously 960, first thing, easy. And the second part, once we do the calculation, so guys, 10, let's say we cancel, and 960 upon 8 we can say is 120. Now 120 into 9 into 3. So 129 is 1080 and 1080 into 3. So that should be 3240. And then adding 960 to this, we'll get how much? 4200 rupees finally. So we'll get the total profit or the total money received by A is 4200, option number C. I hope that's clear to all, right? Everyone, I really hope this is clear. If this is clear, you can, just write one yes in the comment, okay? Till then, I'm moving to the next question. Now guys, the next question is based on the variation. This is also one of the application of ratio. Variation means, direct and inverse variation questions, right? So this is one of the application of variation. Simple question, right? Let's see how many of you are able to solve. And also it has been asked in one of the exams previously. So guys, easy question also can be asked, right? Alright, everyone take some 2 minutes. Easy question. Oh, Kendra, it's not correct. Kendra, look at it again. Option A is not the right answer. No, Himanshi, is not the right answer. Guys, I think you are not considering that square point, right, guys? This is also important. They are saying that the value is proportional to the uh, square of the diameter. Maybe you are missing this point, everyone. Oh, yes, Himanshi. Now it is correct. Good. Yes, yes, everyone. 9 is to 4 is the answer. Very good. Okay, let me solve this quickly. They are saying that the value of each of a set of silver coins varies as a square of its diameter if its thickness remains constant. Okay, guys. If the thickness remains constant, they are saying that the value, let's say value is V and diameter is D, so value varies. Guys, whenever they are saying varies, means it's directly varies. Simple. So directly varies as a square of the diameter. So we can say it's proportional to the square of the diameter. Okay. Now they are saying that if varies as a thickness, if the diameter remains constant, now if the diameter is constant, the value is directly varying or directly proportional to the thickness. Let's say this is another relation. These are two relations given to us. Now they are saying that if the diameters are in this ratio, diameter of two coins in this ratio, then what should be the ratio of their thickness if the value of the first is 4 times that of the second? Okay guys, first thing, we have two relations. So by the help of these two, right, it's a very basic rule of proportionality, right, when such kind of relations are given. So we can say by 1 and 2 that V is proportional to D square into T. We can just say that, right? Okay, now we have two, we can say silver coins, right? So because of this relation, we can find ratios that V1 is to V2 should be D1 square upon D2 square into T1 square into T2, right? Upon into T1 upon T2, simple. Now they're saying that value of the first one is 4 times that of the second, right? So V1 is 4 of V2, that means V1 upon V2 should be 4, simple. And then the diameter in the ratio of 4 is to 3, right? So 4 is to 3, but this is a square. So square should be what? This is 4 upon 1, right? So if this is 4 upon 1, the next line is 4 upon 3 square, right? So this should be 16 upon 9, and then into T1 upon T2. Now they are asking what? They are asking the ratio of the thickness. Simple. So we can say by the help of this that T1 upon T2 is equals to what? Is equal to 4 upon 1 into 9 by 16 after doing the basic cross multiplication. Now 1 4 is cancelled and this is simply 9 is to 4. A simple question guys, right? But remember, a simple question can also be asked in paper. This was also asked in one of the previous year paper, right? So guys, not all the time difficult question will be coming. You need to, do the scanning of the question. If such kind of question is asked, so you should do such kind of question at the first, okay? Fine, moving to the next question guys. Now the next one is slightly challenging. Okay, the next question is challenging. Let's see how many of you are able to solve it. Again, question from the variation. Guys, it's a difficult one. If you would say I can solve, or you want to try for some more time, what do you guys say? Do you want to try? For some more time, or should I just solve? Very good, Himanshi. It is the right answer. Very good. Yes, Dhanishta. Very good. Alright guys, I think I should solve it now from here. They are saying that the price of a precious stone is directly proportional to the square of its weight, okay? And Sita has a precious stone weighing 18 units. If she breaks this into 4 pieces with each piece having distinct integer weight, okay? Then the difference between the highest and the lowest possible values of the total price of the 4 pieces will be 288,000. Okay. Then find the price of the original precious stone is. Okay. First thing, we are given that price is directly proportional to the square of the weight. Okay. Now they are saying that Sita has a precious stone weighing 18 units. Okay, the weight of the stone is 18 units. Now if she breaks it into 4 pieces with each piece having distinct integer weight, this is very important that each piece should be having the weight distinct integer. Then the difference between the highest and the lowest possible values of the total price of all the 4 pieces. They are given that the difference between the highest and the lowest possible values of the total price of the 4 pieces. Total. This total, which I have seen a lot of people miss this point, total, okay. Then this difference is given this, okay. Then find the price of the original precious stone is. Alright, so guys, I have given the difference between the highest and the lowest possible value of the total price of all the pieces, okay. Let me write this here. Total price of all pieces, find its maximum possible value minus the total price of all pieces, its minimum possible value, okay, its minimum possible value, and that difference is something which is given to us, right? That difference is given to us. How much is given to us? 288,000. All right. Fine. Now they are asking the price of the original precious stone. For that, guys, first we need to understand that how this can happen. All right. Now, guys, if remember what is the information that the price is proportional to weight square. The original weight of the stone is 18 units. Okay. Now we have to this actually has been broken into 4 pieces, right? She breaks this into 4 pieces. Now we have to think the weight of the 4 pieces in such a way that we get the total price of all the pieces maximum possible first time, and second time we get the total price of all the pieces minimum possible, right? So how we can do that? Remember guys, price is proportional to W square, which you can also say K into W square, simple, we can say in this way also. Now see, this is square, one thing is sure, this is a square. Now if you want to have the total price as minimum as possible, so we have to keep the weight of the pieces as close to each other, as much they are close to each other. For example, here the total weight is 18, so for the minimum the close weights could be what? we can say the closest weights, let me write this here, the closest weights, since the total weight of all the 4 pieces is 18, right? So the closest one should be what? Let's say if they all are equal to each other, then 18 by 4 should be how much? It should be 4.5, right? But obviously they are not equal. They have already mentioned they should be distinct integer. So the closest value can be 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, guys. These should be the closest values to each other. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see that the sum of them is being 18. They all 4 are distinct integers. So guys, in this case, we'll actually get the minimum total price of all the pieces. Let me show you how. See, the price is k into weight squared. Okay. So k into w squared. If the weight is 3, then it's 4, then it's 5, then it's 5, 6, and so on. See, is what actually happens. This function you can consider this as an expression for a while. This is actually a quadratic expression, right? So in a quadratic expression, when the value changes, let's say the w changes, w increases, then the square of it will be increasing in the exponential manner, right? Means if weight is changes, let's say if the weight is 1, so square is also 1. If the weight is 2, the square is 4. This is increasing by 1, but this is increasing by 3 because it's changing in the exponential manner, right? If the weight is 3, the square is 9, so it's increasing by 1, but this is increasing by 5. And similarly, this is 4, this is 16, increasing by 1, this is increasing by 7. So we can say that as the weight increases continuously, right? So the square of it will be increasing in the exponential manner. It means it will be increasing rapidly, right? So if you want to have the maximum price, we'll try to keep one weight which is a bigger number, we can say that. And if you want to keep the price as minimum, so we'll try to keep the weights as close to each other. Simple. So this is a you can say condition to keep the total price as minimum as possible. Now we come to the condition for getting the price as maximum as possible. So as I told you that for maximum price, we'll try to keep one weight which is a bigger number. If one weight is a bigger number, the other 3 should be the smaller numbers, since the sum of them is 18, right? So the 3 smaller numbers we can say is 1, 2, and 3, right? Because they have to be distinct integers, right? Distinct integers. So the last one should be 18 minus the sum of these 3, which is 6, and that is 12. So this is the condition, this is the condition, these are the weights for the condition of total price being maximum, right? So in this case, guys, what should be the price? We can say the price should be k into 1 squared plus k into 2 squared plus k into 3 squared plus k into 4 squared. Sorry, k into 12 squared. Let me also show you that what is actually being, right? What is actually getting after the calculation. So k is common, then 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared, 6 squared. Let's see what the sum is. This is 9 plus 16, 25. 25 is 50, 50 and 36 is 86. So this is being 86k, right? What about this? 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 5, 5 plus 9 is 14, and 14 and 144. 144 plus 14 is 158. So guys, this is the highest possibility for being the total price, right? This is the possibility of being the total price maximum, and this is the possibility total price being as minimum as possible. All right. Now we'll just put these values here. The maximum price according to the observation we did is 158k, and the minimum price by the help of the observation we did is 86k. All right, and that difference is given to us 288,000. I hope this is being clear to you. This is slightly challenging. So guys, if you are facing any problem, write in the chat. I'm reading as well your chats in between solving the question as well, right? Okay, now guys, if you try to solve this, this is how much? This is 72k is equal to 288,000, right? So 72 can be cancelled, so it should be 4,000. The value of k is 4,000. Now they're asking the price of the original precious stone is. So guys, precious stone originally is of 18 units. So what should be the original price? So original price we can write here is k into 18 squared, because original weight was 18, right? Now the value of k is 4,000. Let's put it here. 4,000, 18 squared is 324, right? So 324 into 4,000, 324 fours are, we can say that 1296 and then 3 more zeros. So 1296, 000, option number C is the best option, right? I hope that's clear. Anyone, if you have any question, any doubt with this question, you can ask, since it's slightly challenging. I don't want you to go with any doubts. Alright guys, so this is, we can say all for today's session, right? And this is all about ratio proportion as well. There are a lot of more application which I'm expecting that you guys will be doing, obviously from home, okay? And if you, face any kind of problem, you can write in the comment box. We will be very happy to answer your query, right? So this is where I would like to end the session. In the next session, we'll come up with some new interesting chapter. Till then, thank you so much guys. Keep studying. Take care.